Check, testing, check, check, check. Testing, check, check, check. Testing, check, check, check. Check, testing, check, check, check. Testing, check. Okay. What is up, everybody? Hope you all are doing well today on this Friday, January 16th of 2026. My name is Vortex46, and welcome back to Bet at Your Own Risk, the channel where we go over predictable predictions, right? To hopefully, maybe, possibly watch some predictions win, right? But yeah, had a great NBA night last night for pretty much all of my single bets for the NBA. Went 7-1 on the single bets last night. I just haven't been able to, because it's been such a busy day at work today. Was training somebody for like the second day in a row and didn't have any time to really stop and really post anything. But I guess the real quick recap would be one pick that I forgot to post in my Discord and over on WAP.com with my crew at Top Sports Debate. That I had the first half total under on the Celtics game last night. That is one that I forgot that I thought I had posted and shared. That's one that did indeed cash. It was under 120 and a half. It hit. But like I said, I thought I shared it and I didn't share it. So another one that did cash. Took the under on the Suns Detroit game. That cashed. Took the Hornets first half spread. That cashed plus 1.5. Should have taken the Hornets on the full game. It was I think it was like 4.5 hours prior, but then it dipped down to plus 3.5. Knew I should have taken it and I didn't, but it's okay. But that cashed. Phoenix Suns faded their team total points under. Originally was supposed to be 108, but it dipped down to 106. I still took it at the 105.5. That cashed. My OKC Thunder, we were on the road against the Houston Rockets. I took the first half under 113.5 for it to go under 114. That cashed. The one that didn't hit was the Boston Heat total over 233.5 for it to go over 234. It landed on 233. So got hooked by the half a point. But then took the Warriors to score 118 points, 117.5. They scored 126, if I remember correctly, or something like that, maybe 123. That cash. I did parlay the Thunder Rockets under, the Celtics Heat over, and then the Knicks Warriors over. And of course, that went 2-1. So that's that. And then the community parlay with my crew over on WAP.com. Put a community parlay per the live streams that I do over there. If you want to join us over there, we're over here. Search for us, Top Sports Debate on WAP.com. This is where I do all of my live streams, usually almost every day for the NBA. And I do community parlays over there. So there's that. And then I have my own personal Discord here, Bet at Your Own Risk Discord, where I try my best to post almost every day all my picks, all my slips, and do my best to do a quick recap on losses and wins. Most of the time I'm usually posting my wins, but you get the gist of what didn't hit too as well. So that's that. But yeah, the hope is that we can hit on some stuff. Oh, real quick before we get started, because like I said, it's been such a busy day, I haven't been able to really stop and do anything. So let me post my college basketball picks and my NBA picks real quick. Do that right now because it's almost 5:30. like I said, been so busy I haven't even had a chance to really fully think. To be like, oh, let me post my slips. And I didn't even do the whatchamacallit. That's what I'm saying. I was so busy today. Did not have a chance to share my stuff. So the hope is that, as always, the hope is that these will catch. Just doing the college basketball real quick. College basketball, I am doing. One is a first half over, or excuse me, one is a first half under. And the other one is a spread pick. Taking Loyola Chicago to cover the plus 17.5 against Dayton tonight. They're on the road. But the first half under Baylor, Kansas. The only reason why I'm taking a risk is because it's a risk because Kansas defense have allowed in the first half teams to score, 30 plus points on them. They've scored at least 40 or more in technically the last 5 games. So, but Baylor, their defense has actually stopped teams from scoring above 30. So I'm thinking that both teams will score around 30-ish, but Baylor will stop Kansas from scoring closer to the 40, and it will go under the 73 points, 72.5. So we'll see. We shall see. Like I said, I had to do this quick side spot because I wanted to at least get my my 2 main picks out real quick. Actually, I gotta do, because I did not do my thing. But I got it. All right. Yep. So I'm taking Philly to cover the full game spread, but I got it early in the wee hours at -1.5 before it decided to change to a plus 2.5. Or to a 2.5. So there's that. I'm taking the full game under on the Pelicans Pacers game, but I got it at 239 as you can possibly see here. Probably not. It's currently at 240.5 now. So that changed there. So there's that. Looks like my homie Lando is about to go live if he's not on his YouTube channel over at Top Sports Debate. Go look him up. Go support the homie. Go like the stream. Go do it. If you're watching this replay, go check out his he's going over what is he doing? Maybe he's doing live. So he's doing live NFL stuff. And then he just posted his NBA stuff. So he literally just posted, I'm going live here, but then he's doing an NBA video for tonight. Now it's a 6 game slate tonight, so small slate. Well, not that small, but still, if you've been really paying attention to the NBA, you will have noticed that a lot of unders are hitting more recently. So yesterday the unders went 6-3. So I thought about doing a parlay with all the games, all 9 of those games, and just round robining it. Throwing 15 some odd bucks on the round robin, and I would have woke up with some money in my pocket. So what can you do? Okay, enough of my rambling. Let's dive into it. So like I said, I have Philly covering the now. Well, it's -1.5 here, right? and I have the under. So those are my two main predictions for tonight. I'm considering, now I do have, because I was looking at some stuff, I do have Ayo for 2 threes, right? So this just changed. No, it didn't. It's still the same. All right. Let me see, because sometimes outliers, is different from the, like my laptop will say one specific thing, but then outlier on my phone will say a totally different line. So it's minus 105 for him to get 2 threes, right? So let's look at this, see if it's still the same. Sometimes it is, but there's other times where it's not. I'm like, man, I need some accuracy here, right? The heck are you, dude? So let me go maybe 3-pointers. It won't let me do that. Maybe points. Here we go, points. 3 threes. So now the books believe that he's not gonna hit the 2 threes. I need 2 threes from this cat. 2 of them things. The books currently believe that he's not gonna hit this, right? Because again, it's a minus 105 here, but on here it's a plus 102. So currently now the books believe that he's gonna not get at a minus 118 on BetMGM. So I'm curious, because one of the things in the last 10 games, here I can show you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're 5 and 5, 50% of the last 10 shooting guards have hit 2 threes or more against Brooklyn. Per the position, they allow 4, 3.8. In the head-to-head matchup, he's actually 2-1 to actually getting the 2. He averages 2, 1.6, and he's 1-0 on the season. He hit 2 on the 3rd of December at home, but this was at Chicago. So I'm personally believing that he could still get the 2. I'm gonna take the chance. I'm gonna keep him locked in. It's just 2 threes, right? Just need 2. It's not like I'm asking for 3. It's not like, you know what I mean? But technically, it's still a risky bet. Why? Risky pick. Why? Because it's a plus 102. So I'm gonna take that plus 102. I'm gonna take it. I'm saying screw it. I'm gonna take it. It's either he's gonna hit the 2, or he's gonna not hit the 2. But I'm gonna take it as a single bet. And as always, I'm gonna try to do my best to post all of my picks in my Discord and on WAP. Like I said, I went 7-1 last night, so gladly take it. See, it's a plus 100 on DraftKings, but again, it's a plus. Now I'm saying plus 100 on FanDuel, but maybe it's still the same line. Maybe it's still plus 102. So it's plus 102. I'm gonna take it. Oh, come on, FanDuel, work. I gotta exit out and then try again. Just being strange. Alright. Because I hate it when it's like, oh, it's trying to confirm your location. Like, my location is right here. I'm in the same spot where I've always been when I get home. Nothing should have changed about me being here. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. All right. Ayo, 2 threes. I just need deuce. If he can hit deuce, we're good. So there's that. Right. Now, the question becomes also too with this game, right? With the Nets game, do I decide to try to take Edgar because I had him on a parlay for threes? He did meet the mark. He finished with 5. Now, in the last 10, usually when he's getting the threes, it's like 4 or more, right? 4 or more threes. Last 5, he's hit it 3 times, but at least hit 3 or more in the last 5. So 4-1. But in the head-to-head matchup on the 3rd of December, he only hit 2 threes. So, because he's been balling, dog. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Attempts, he's taking 8 shots technically. And down here in the last 10, because again, you're just looking for him for 3, right? It's a plus 130. So the line changed. It was like a plus 125 or 122, something like that. Now it went up to one plus 130. So down here, 1, 2, 3 got it. Nembhard, Pritchard, and LaMelo, they got the 3. Anthony Black came close with 2, and then Reed Sheppard came close with 2. Everybody else pretty much had none. So do I take him on a straight bet for 3 threes tonight? Do I take that chance? Per the position, they allow 3, just shy of 4, it's 3.4 to the position. Do I take the chance? That's the question. I might just take this, but we'll see. Because you could technically parlay him and Ayo on a parlay, 2-leg parlay, and hope that they will come through for you. I just might. I don't know. I gotta look around. Minnesota game, Anthony Edwards is not playing right. Gobert's back. So remember in the last game, if you were paying attention to Minnesota when they played against, they were on the road too. They played against Milwaukee. They blew them out the water 139-106. Really wasn't expecting that to occur. I think if I remember, I did fade their team total points, thinking that they, wasn't expecting them to score so many points. So because they scored 139, they're playing against the Rockets, who's supposed to be a defensive-minded team, but the Rockets have not been scoring. So when I look at this spot for the Rockets, they hit 91. Now, they did get 119 against Chicago, so they came out of their slump. In the last 5 games, they've been going under 110 for the last 5 games. So they did that against Chicago because that's Chicago's defense. But you can still consider like Sacramento sucks on defense, but they found a way to shut them down. But for some odd reason, this is not working. Easton's supposed to be possibly coming back tonight. Sengun's been back, but something's going on with this offense that they're not doing the job that you would expect them to do as a squad from, say, 2-3 weeks ago, when, look at this, they were scoring 120, 126, 117. Even 20 games ago, they were actually doing the job and they were playing better defense a little bit too. But now, in the month of January, there's been a shift. Their points are down for the most part. They only hit 110 or higher 2 times. So if you've been fading them, most of their team total points on a straight bet every single day, you would be up. So again, the question becomes, do you say possibly fade them? Do you possibly take the under on the game because they're not scoring so many points? Because the under has hit 8 of their last 10. But let's look at this data here, because I just got into the money baller here, right? Let's look at let's see if it'll pull up here, because I couldn't really. Here we go. So it pulls it up. So this is what the money baller says when it's pertaining to the Timberwolves Houston game. Because again, this is new information for me. Some stuff, other stuff I'm pretty much used to seeing because I was using a different way to look up this information. But it has everything that I need per if I'm deciding to fade a squad here specifically on this, even just this game. If I wanted to say fade the total, which again, it's no longer 222. It opened up at 224. So now it's 221 and a half. So it just dipped down 1. Not that big of a drastic spot. But the Rockets here, if you really look at the information on the left here, ATS wise, they're 4-10 in the last 14 games. They're 1-4 against the spread at home, specifically in the last 5 games, 5 home games. Against the spread at home as favorites, they're 1-3, and then when it's pertaining to the over under, they're 4-10. While the Timberwolves, they are 4-1 to the over as dogs on the road, and then 5-2 to the over just in general on the road. So the question becomes, what do you really do with this total? Do you decide to still fade this game? Do you decide to say, okay, maybe Timberwolves still score because let me see what they have them sitting at. What is it? 110 for them to get 110. Again, they scored 139 in the last game. They've scored 130 points 4 times in the last 10. So oh shoot. Hold on. I ordered some food. So again, do you decide to take the chance? Because again, Houston's defense. Yeah, I ordered some food, so I gotta see where my. Let me see. Oh, okay. Okay, I got a text center. So this is what Houston's doing against teams when it's pertaining to stopping them from scoring the 110. They allowed my OKC Thunder, us the champions, to score 111 in the last game. They allowed Chicago to score 113. They allowed Sacramento on the road 111. They allowed Portland to hit 111. But Portland went back to back against them and they only had 103 in the first game. They shut Phoenix down on the 5th. This is all in the month of January alone. So technically in the month of January, they are 4-4, what it looks like. So they're an even spot of a 4-4 to stopping a team from scoring 111 points, right? So, but in the last 10 in general, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're even 5-5. The question becomes, with the way that the Minnesota Timberwolves played in this game against Milwaukee on the road, now they're back on the road again. You can look at the last 10, and you can even look at their last road games in this spot here: 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 4-1, 5-1. Personally, I'm feeling comfortable about taking them to score to 110 tonight. Again, this is without your boy, so let's even take him out. This is without Anthony Edwards. 10 straight games that they've scored 110 points. They're averaging 120 without Anthony Edwards in the game. On the season, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight games without Anthony Edwards, they've scored 110 points. Me personally, I'm taking this because I just personally believe that they can still score on this Rockets defense that just has not been playing really well more recently, and more importantly, their offense more than anything has not been playing well currently. So give me Minnesota to score the 111. So I like that. So I'm going to take that on a straight bet right now. So that way, just try to make it run a little bit more smoother. Let's make that happen, Captain. Again, there's 6 games. You can find something in these 6 games and just, hope for the best that, as always, the teams go out there and they do the job, right? That's what you want. So FanDuel. Actually, I think I may have to relog into FanDuel. I do not. I will gladly take that. Let's see. Okay. Oops. I gotta redo the pick because let's put this in. There we go. All right, it's in. It is in, son. We need them to score 110. I think they can do it. Just being honest. So next data up is the Raptors Clippers game. this is going to be some information, interesting information, right? So when you're looking at the data, again, once again on Moneyballer here, the Raptors covering ATS, they're 2-5 as favorites. The over/under, they're 2-5. They're going under a lot. 1-3 to the over/under as home favorites. The Clippers, though, they're 11-3 in the last 14 games to covering the spread. So that's the spot right there. So currently the line is what? What is it for them? It's a 2.5. Last 10 games they're 8-2 to covering a plus 2.5. There's EV, there's expected value on this spot here. So that's an automatic positive. And then they're 5-2 in the last 14 games to covering the spread as a dog, right? While the Raptors, specifically, when you're looking at them at home, they're 21-21 covering the spread, 9-13 against the spread at home, 10-14 as favorites, ATS, 6-9 as home favorites, 17-25 to the over/under. So a lot of the games going under. Again, 9-13, 9-15 to the under as favorites. As home favorites, 5-10. So a lot of their totals are going under. The only positive spot in all of this data, right, is this spot here where they're 5-3 against the spread at home specifically. So the question becomes, if you decide to say, look at the data and you say, okay, they did recently cover at home, right? Again, I mean, on the road, they covered against Indiana. They beat them, where Indiana was on like a 3-game spot. Do they then say, turn around and shift the momentum? Let's see something real quick. So I'm gonna pull up StatMuse now because I want to see something specific. If it will let me find this spot here. Raptors ATS record after a win. What is their record? On the season, they're 20-22, so they're below 500. Clippers, they covered and won against the Wizards. So now let's do Clippers ATS. Clippers ATS, they're 19-21. So same thing, they're under. So then let me look up. Let's go Clippers ATS. Actually, should say record. This season. Well, it already has the data, right? Per Moneyballer. Now I'm looking at it here. Yeah, see, they're even here. They're 11-3. They're 3-2 on the road, and then they're like I said, they're 5-2 as a dog, right? But there's a spot here where it says they're 1-2 against the spread as an away dog, though. While the Raptors as home favorites, they're 2-2 as home favorites, and then 2-5 just in general as favorites to covering the spread. So it's kind of like you're trying to really figure out what you want to do with this specific pick here. Again, if you're just going based off of what Outlier is showing you, me, when I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh, 4 straight they've covered. ATS wise, they are 8-2 per the plus 2.5. They're 8-2 on the road, 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 2-1 in the last 3 road games. Toronto at home. Well, technically ATS wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7-3 ATS, but per the minus 2.5 in these last 10 games, just 4-6 on the at home specifically. They are 0-2, 2-2, 2-4, 3-4 to covering at home. So personally, me looking at the data, I'd be like, all right, I personally feel like the Clippers could be the best spot to cover the spread. Give me one moment. I'll be back in like maybe 60 seconds, maybe less, maybe a little bit more. I'll be right back. Gotta go do something. Right back. All right, I'm back for a brief moment. Sorry, apologies for the delay. I thought my food was here. Like I said, I ordered some food. They said that it was on the way. They said a specific time. Just double checking real quick. Okay, they're still delivering stuff. Okay. All right. What was I saying? So yeah, that's pretty much what I was talking about. If you want to take, personally, just looking at the data, I would personally take Clippers to cover the spread. Just being honest, because let's see. Now this is a low number. I think it's a low number because they believe that this is 107. Let me see. That's why. Because Collins is questionable. Zubac is Q tagged as well. That's why. Let me see. Without them in the game, they're 3-1. And technically they're 2-0 on the season. 112, 119. You need 107. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that's do I take a chance for them to score? Do I take this? Do I take this now? Because if I take it now, if I decide to take this now at 107 with this questionable stuff on the road, 1-1, 2-1. So 2-1 all these last 10 games that they've actually scored. I might take this. It's a 107. Again, they're technically 2-0 on the year without, but that's at home. There's no data for the away. So this will be their if either or both. Let me see. Let's see about Collins if say Zubac is in. On the road, 1-1, 1-2. 3-2 without, and let's say Zubac and Collins is out. Different. 1-0 on the season, but 2, 4, 6, 7-1 to the actual over. I'm gonna cue this up. I really, honestly, just being honest, still could see them scoring 107 tonight. Even say if both of them are out. This is on BetMGM. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. I might as well. Because why not? I may feel a little bit more like maybe I don't take it if say they had them at 110, 111, 112 type of stuff, you know, maybe like if it was like 115, you know what I mean, I would be like, well, maybe I don't, maybe I fade them type of thing. But again, per the data, they're still scoring comfortably without both players, with them both in, they're still scoring comfortably with them in the game. They only won under 2 times on the month. 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, 3-1, 4-1, 4-2, 5-2, 6-2 to getting the points here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this. Just say screw it. for the 107. And I think I'm going to add this 20% booster. They gave me 2 of them, so I'm just going to throw that on there. We're going to do that. Let's hope for the best for this pick. Let me see. Because I think my food is about to officially arrive. Officially, finally. Okay. Be right back. Right back. Okay. Officially back. Let's continue. So there's that. Let me take AO off. I think I'm just gonna try to add one other thing. Now I will say for sure as a side player prop thing, maybe consider DeMar DeRozan, because I looked at this earlier. His rebounds and assists, it probably is still the same. Let me see. It's still 6.5. So I missed out on the actual line. It dipped, it changed. So I actually now believe that he'll get 8 instead of 7. It's a plus 118. As you see here, he's 6 and 4 in the last 10, right in the middle where he didn't get it. Head to head, he got 15 on the 4th of March. April. Excuse me. The position, they allow 12 to the position, and down here in the last several games, 3 got the 8. Kawhi came close. He was off by 1 on the 14th in the last game. So he's at home 3 straight. That's 3-0, 3-1, 3-2, 4-2 in the last 6 home games. He's actually gotten the 8. So that's why I was considering taking him for the 7 before the line moved. So this was like over an hour ago before I started, because I was looking at this and I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll take him for the 6.5 because I'm actually liking this spot here. But then I was also considering laddering him up on his assists. This is still a good spot because it's a minus 130. Currently, the books believe that he's going to get 4. I personally believe he can get 5. He's 4-1 to getting 5 or more in the last 4 games. Head-to-head matchup, he had 8, same spot from last year. They allow 4 to the position, so it's just 1 off, right? If you ladder him up to the 5, it's a plus 160 now. If I remember correctly, it was a plus 150 an hour ago or so, or something like that. So the line actually bumped up even more in your favor. And here specifically the last 10, as you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. of the small forwards got the at least 4 assists that you're looking for, and Miller got 5 in the last game. So the question becomes, with Washington on the road, you can even consider with just the 4 on a straight bet, 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3, 3-4 though. In the last several games with them on the road, that they've allowed a player to get the 4 assists, but it's just more recently they've allowed so many players to get the assists. The only thing though is that Sabonis is back. More than likely he's going to be playing roughly about 20 plus minutes, a low 20 plus minutes here. Specifically, he hasn't played since the 16th of November. He did get 5 assists that game. I even looked at his, what was it? Was it here? Maybe it was here. It must have been here, rebounds and assists. Look how beautiful this is. But again, my rule of thumb is I don't bet on players who are just coming back. If you do decide to do anything, the only player that I did bet on, but I faded him on his return was Giannis. It was from the go under, I think it was like 39 or 40 and a half PRAs, and he went under at 36, if I remember correctly, in his first game back just a couple of months ago. So if you want to fade Sabonis tonight, I would say fade him on his PRAs, just because I don't really necessarily think he'll get the 28. Just being honest, the books believe he's going to go either way. Because again, this is his first game back. Really don't see him playing 25 minutes type of thing. He's averaging 23. He hit 25 minutes 3 times in the last 10 games that he did play. LA, at my OKC, and at home against Memphis. At Minnesota. So everywhere else he's under 25 minutes. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like he's not going to get the spot. But with that, though, we can look at with DeRozan. If you say you wanted to go with the assist, let's say with Sabonis in, what does his assist look like now? Now they're down. That's the difference. So now you're thinking and considering Sabonis is probably going to take the bulk of the passing off of DeRozan now that he's back in these roughly 20 plus minutes, low 20 minutes. So now I'm kind of glad that I didn't take this originally, because I'm actually breaking down the actual data for whether or not I would take DeRozan on assist or not. I would probably maybe even fade his 4 at the plus 100, because he is averaging 3 in these last 10 games with Sabonis on the court. He did have back-to-back games on the 14th and the 16th on the road, and both of them were on the road. Technically, all 3 were on the road, but they're at home. So at home, he's actually going under every single time. 1, 2, 3, 4. In these 4 games with Sabonis in, he's gone under 4 straight games. So if anything, I would say fade DeRozan on his assists. It's a plus 100. It's an even spot here. Personally, plus 102 on FanDuel. If you have any of these other ones, you're getting much better value. So we'll see. It's either DeRozan's going to get the 4 assists or he's not. We'll see. Let me look at anything else. Wait. That's what I wanted to do before I do anything else. Because with Washington's defense, what are they giving Sacramento for? They're giving Sacramento 120. They've only hit it 1 time. That was when? That was on the 12th against the Lakers, because the Lakers suck. But they've gone under every time. Let's see with Sabonis in. What are they doing then? Still under. On the season. So technically on the season, all the games that he played, they're 7-3 to the under. Head to head, 1-1. But they got it at home on the 19th of last year. They're allowing 124 on the season. Personally, I'm like, I don't know. Now, they had back-to-back games where they stopped the Clippers and the Suns from scoring the 120. Clippers landed on 119 on the 14th, 2 days ago. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're actually 7-3 stopping teams from scoring 120 points. On the road, 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 3-1. So they're 3-1 in the last 4 road games, and the last 10 games specifically that they stopped the team from scoring the 120. But again, this is what they've done even without Sabonis on the court. Do I really want to take a chance on Sacramento here to go under 120 points tonight with my homie Goatbrook, aka Westbrook, where he might actually go off again for a second straight game, getting over his it's now this is even so 2 nights ago I took Russ for 29.5 PRAs. It's 27.5. So they currently believe that he's going to go under. Interesting stuff. And it's probably because of Sabonis being on the court. That's probably what it is. Let me see. It's not that much of a difference. He's averaging 27 with Sabonis on the court on the year. At home, 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2. So even 2-2 to getting the 28 with Sabonis on the court. Okay. I don't know, guys. I really don't know if I want to fade this or not, because let me look at, honestly, I don't think, let me see. They currently believe that they're going to get 114 for Washington. They're averaging 110. Sacramento at home, again, you're looking to have them go under 114. 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. They played defense. 4-0, 5-0, 4-0, 4-1, 4-2, 5-2 to stopping a team from scoring 114 points. They did go under 4 straight games. They are 3-3 in the month of January. They're 3-0 on the road to going 3-1 on the road to going under the 114. But the books currently believe they're going to actually get the 105. I feel like I need to take this chance, dog. I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable. That's what I'm saying. I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable with fading Washington than I am fading Sacramento. I really, really am. Again, I'm looking at the road spot. Look at that. They've gone under. All right, I'm taking it. I'm gonna do it. I'm taking it. That's it. This is the parlay right here that I was looking for. This is a plus 639. This is on FanDuel. Is it higher anywhere else? DraftKings has it at a plus 642. Let's see. Personally, I really do think. Let me single bet this real quick. Let me find the appropriate line. BetMGM has a minus 110. Let's go to BetMGM. Let's do this, son. Let's go. BetMGM. So again, I'm fading Washington on their team total points. But as like I said, got to single bet it first. Total Washington under 113. Again, it's a minus 110. Let's fade this. Oops. Let's do that. And then we're going to parlay this. Let's see if DraftKings give me a. Like I said, I'm gonna post this over on my Discord and the WAP. And as always, hoping for the best. Well, I'll try not to. Let me see if DraftKings gave me a. They gave me a. Well, depends on what the actual 100%. Let me see. Get 100% bought up to 50% instantly, and the rest. So what do I have to do though? Oh, that's why. It says up to. I don't want to do that. I'll do this one though. I'll do the 25% or whatever it is, 20%, 25, whatever. I'll do this one. So let's get it. So this is. Let me see. First game is taking the Clippers to score 107. So now it changed. It went down to 106, but I'm going to take it at the 107. It's a plus 100 for the Clips, right? Timberwolves 110. And then Washington fading their team total points under. On the road against Sacramento. Under 114. Again, this is a plus 646 now instead of 642. Went up a little bit. And they gave me the 25% booster. Boom. We add that. Puts it at a plus 808. I'm going to throw this 5 on there. And let's hope for the best, son. Well, I'll try not to stress. It'll be good. So there's that. That's that. Let's get ready to get it. And let's hope that we will cash on some funds. Let's do it. But with that, I'm about to go head over to WAP to do the live stream community parlay over here. Like I said, if you want to join me over here, join us over here, do so. Look us up, Top Sports Debate. Come join us. Come join the team. And like I said, I do live streams almost every day. Community parlay. The community parlay went 2-1 last night. It was a 3-leg, 2 threes each. Yeah, if I would have put Kuzma on there, Mr. Cow randomly scoring points. Kuzma had like 5 or 6 threes last night randomly, while Miles Turner he went 1 for 5. I had him on the slip for 2 threes, and he went from 1 for 5 on some random ball humbug stuff. So if he would have did his job, I had Duncan Robinson on there for 3 threes. He finished with, I think, like 5 or 6. I had McCall Bridges on there for the Knicks for 2 threes. He finished with 3. Both of those players got plus money on that one. So yeah, but I also talked about on the live stream about how Klay Thompson was a possible look for threes on a single bet because he really enjoyed shooting threes against against Utah, where he was getting like 4 or more threes against them from last year, and he hit 6 of them things. He went 6 and 3 last night. Missed opportunity. What can you do? So gotta get that gut feel. Like I had that small gut feeling in my gut that he was gonna possibly do something that last night. I just didn't take him on the bet. So that's another loss for me. But what can you do? But other than that, I'm out. Holler at you later. Stay safe, stay humble. And then tomorrow I will be back for these several games for tomorrow to do another stream. Got to go through the data and all of that and find the best spots for predictions. But I'll holler at you later.